this is where it all started. Back in 1982, at the age of 2, I was actually placed in the foster care system, actually in Town Creek, Alabama, where I'm standing on these railroad tracks. A very country setting, a very dreadful place for me at the particular moment. Even as I stand here, I feel the dread, I feel the misery, I feel the things that I felt even as a child. Being in foster care is not really what it's cracked up to be. I feel that it's really set up for you to be a statistic and for you not to be a survival of the system. And so I stand here today as a survival of the system to tell my story. And like I said, this is where it all began in 1982 at the age of 2. And so now I've written a book that's called Surviving the System, The Life of a Foster Child. And now I'm sharing a documentary to share my story. Now we're at my high school. This is a school that I went to between the ages of 7, the grades of 7 and 12th grade. I decided to put this school in the documentary because it means a whole lot to me. I played various sports: basketball, track, volleyball, cheerleading. I was in so many clubs and organizations here. And while I was here, it kind of kept me sane. It kept me in a place of knowing that there was better for me. And even though I was in the foster care system, it allowed me to realize that there was more, and that I was more than a statistic. I was more than a foster care child. And so at this school, playing basketball, which I was very athletic, it really took me to a place where I began to dream. I began to understand that, this was something that I really, really liked. I really loved basketball, and I wanted to make a career out of it. And even though when I got out of high school and I graduated, I went on to partake in a scholarship, and I had a car wreck and I broke my neck. I didn't continue the basketball scholarship, but I did understand that I still had potential. I still had a purpose. And so, being at this school, it really, the coaches, playing the various sports, taught me discipline, taught me that I can be anything that I put my mind to. And I'm sharing this because I want to help other foster care kids. I want them to understand that it doesn't matter if you are in foster care. It doesn't matter what happened in the foster care home. It doesn't matter how you were treated. There is still something that you have a purpose in doing in life. And if you embark on it, and if you embrace it, and if you understand that there's more for you, and that you don't have to be a statistic, you don't have to follow what the world says you are and what the world thinks you're going to be. You just have to know who you are. So now we're at Decatur, Alabama. So this is where I was born and raised. And when I got out of high school, I actually ended back here. And I'm here to actually explain. I just wanted to express my feelings toward the whole experience of being in foster care. How I felt sometimes neglected, sometimes treated differently, sometimes pushed aside, sometimes judged. And those were my feelings as I was in foster care. And as you look at this water, it's so beautiful. yes, it brings peace, it brings serenity, but at the same time, everybody might say, oh, you lived with such and such, or, you didn't miss out on anything. But when you don't have your mother and your father there, and you can call on them and they can comfort you and they can give you emotional support as well as physical support, then you are actually missing something. And most people don't understand that. I also get the fact that, they say, oh, I have my mom and dad in my home and I still feel alone and I'm still not being supported. And I understand that aspect as well. But that's not the place I come from. I come from a place where I didn't have either parents. And so, this documentary is here I just want to share my story. I just want to share how it feels, how my experience affected me, not even mentally, but emotionally. I had to go through counseling. I had to go through various treatments just to get past this experience that I had to go through. And many would say, well, it wasn't your fault. Well, I knew it wasn't my fault. But why did I feel like it was my fault? Why didn't I have questions that needed to be answered? And so I'm standing by this serenity, this water. And as I tell my story, as I express the way I feel, I just want everybody to know, even the people that's in foster care, the kids that's in foster care, that it's okay to feel the way you feel. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel misunderstood. It's okay to feel like you're being misguided. Because at the end of the day, no one understands your story the way you understand it. Nobody feels the way you feel. Nobody knows how you feel the way you feel and what's true to you inside of your heart. And so as you go through foster care, as you go through the system, don't allow it to stagnate you. Don't allow it to put you in a place where you can't grow. Don't allow the system to tell you that you can't be this or you can't be that because you're a foster care child. And so I'm standing here as a survivor. Like I said, surviving the system, the life of a foster child. I am a survivor. I am not a statistic, but I am a survivor. And as I end this, maybe a few years ago, I wrote a book. And it's called Surviving the System, the Life of a Foster Child. And it goes more in depth of my experience in foster care. It tells how I feel more. It tells my deepest experiences. It tells my life story. It goes really in depth of the things that I really experienced in foster care. And so if you want to purchase the book, you can go on Amazon or you can go on lulu.com to purchase the book. So this is the book, Surviving the System, the Life of a Foster Child. And it's by me, of course. It's based on a true story. Everything I'm saying is real. I don't have to fake anything. I don't have to come up with a story. It's already written in stone. It's already been experienced. I've already went through it. And so this is the book. If you would like to purchase one, you can go on lulu.com or amazon.com for more information. Thank you.